Hi, it's me, Toonatic. For this video I decided to do something a little different from my usual content, just because things are really busy in my personal life. But I still wanted to upload a video, so I decided to share some of my art I did last year. So, without further ado, let's go! Yay! Woohoo! I guess gotta clean these off now. Where shall we start? Okay, the stickers. This one of my good friends brought me as a present from a convention. This one's from Redbubble. I made these ones myself, and yeah, this one's also from Redbubble. Okay, so this is sketchbook number 40, as you can see. I have been filling sketchbooks since 2015, and yeah, currently I'm on number 42, and still going strong. Depending on how this video will perform, I'm willing to do more sketchbook videos if you guys are interested in seeing more of my weird-ass art. I have a sketchbook for quite a long time. I usually finish them in 2 to 3 months, but this one took me quite some time. I had the sketchbook from the middle of February up until the beginning of September. Okay, now let's actually get into the meat and potatoes. There we go, first page. Now this rose petal I actually dried. It's from one of the flowers my friends gave to me as a gift present on Valentine's Day, which is pretty cute. Last year around this time there was quite the hype around Frozen Free, so I decided to redraw the iconic image of Elsa. She is quite the character. She is bisexual and straight at the same time. Gotta give her credit for that. Oh my gosh, this takes me back down memory lane. Would you look at that? It's the first concept art drawings for my YouTube persona. That's so cool, damn. Actually, I really like this one. Has a cute style. I like the thicker tail too. I might come back to this someday. And on this side, we have some of my earliest video ideas. Now, let's see. I did the Tortoise Pokemon Shiny Hunt. I did the Hearts video. I actually finished the Frozen video back in November. I did an Owl House video. Also did the Steven Universe video. Trading up shinies. I kinda did that. Showing off shinies. I filmed it, but I never released it, and Pokemon Leaks. Didn't do that one, but released a few other videos about leaks from animated shows. As you can see, the color palette was always there, and the concept and the idea hasn't really changed much since then. I drew some poses, I remember that. I drew them in my siblings' room. Quick Poses is a great site for drawing references, by the way. This was also back at my siblings' place. The challenge was I had to draw Pinterest posts that she had liked. And that's where this pose comes from, as well as this lovely woman's hair. Oh, and I also drew a Toad School. And a worm on a string as the Loch Ness Monster. Okay, now keep in mind, whenever I write ref, it's that I drew it from reference and barely changed it at all. So this is just so I or you guys don't lose track of who actually came up with the concept or who initially drew these pictures. Yeah, it's perfectly fine to use other artists as a reference to hone your skills, but in my opinion you have to be completely transparent about who the credit goes to. So just keep that in mind. Whenever I write down ref, it's from reference, and I didn't originally come up with the concept. One of my friends from uni drew this. I love these pictures. They just have so much talent when drawing this stuff. I love the meme energy this emits. Like, come on. Now everybody knows the iconic Blahai shark, and I decided to draw one as a baby. No, not that one, not that one. Ooh, here we go. So now I was drawing in the sketchbook between episode 2 of the final season and the finale of the Owl House airing. So there's gonna be quite a lot of Owl House brain rot in there, as you can see. My sibling drew this little Amity. Now this little drawing was hung up on my screen at uni for the longest time. I decided to take it back home once we switched rooms. I'm pretty sure this is drawn on wrapping paper. Okay, nothing special here. I was asked to draw a platypus, and I actually dig how the fur came out. Like, it looks very platypus fur-ish, which was the goal. I drew one of my OCs in that iconic Claudine drip. And this is just the outfit of some guy I saw on the tram one day. And it was very inspiring, and I just had to draw it. This image is based on one of the early Valplume sprites, and I decided to draw it. And this is an accurate depiction of me taking my antidepressants. I also drew my YouTube persona in crayons. During that time I was new to the whole YouTube thing, and I was just so excited, like, come on. I just had a lot of fun, and I was trying out new things and indulging in this whole thing, which led to me drawing my YouTube persona numerous times. Like, countless times, come on. But, like I said, I was just trying to find my footing. Okay. Some dittos. Another artwork drawn on wrapping paper. I guess I was really into that. Now, this is based on this one reference image. Now, this guy on the left is from Pinterest, I'm pretty sure. Now, from time to time, you just gotta draw the best girl from OKKO, Enid. She is just such a cool character, and she's my favorite from the show. More YouTube persona art, and this picture was the result of me doing the draw Pinterest images based on your friends' favorites, or whatever it's called. It's gotta have a catchier name than that, but you know what I mean. I visited one of my best friends and drew stuff from her Pinterest page, and the outcome was something I usually wouldn't draw. Which is pretty cool if you ask me, you know, it keeps you on your toes art-wise. Definitely put me out of my comfort zone, but I'm really happy that I did it. This was a tragic day. This was the day when the eShop closed, down for good. I guess this is when I caught my shiny Scrafty. I named him Slim Shady. Just some alpacas. I love drawing animals from time to time. I really enjoy the process of breaking animals down to their basic shapes and just stylizing them, going crazy a little bit. The good stuff. Oh, you can see that even better with these crows. Look, they're all just basic shapes, especially this one, it's just... My sibling also tried very luck doing that. And this is the Totoro giving side-eye drawing. I saw that on Twitter last year, and I decided I just had to draw it. Now, this is based on this one Draculaura photo on the Monster High subreddit. And it's one of my favorite things in this sketchbook. If I were in a hot tub with you, I'd sit closer to you than 5 feet apart. I gave this to one of my friends at uni, and I was able to save it, but never gave it back to them, so now it's in my sketchbook. Now, people who have seen my I drew hands for a month video from last year know what this is. This is the result of all that hard work and training. From afar it looks pretty okay, but you know, some of the hands could use a little more love. But it's alright, I still like this image. It evokes so many cool memories from last year. And my sibling also drew their version of this image, which I love even more than mine. Season 3 Ida. I remember really loving her new design. At first I was like, why did I draw a random Luigi in here? But oh, okay. That's when my friends and I went to see the Super Mario movie. I drew some hands. And these are just 2 of my OCs. And this is my Tortoise Eddie, but he's standing on 2 legs for some reason. Pokemon Stadium Electrode, my beloved. Honestly, this game has so many awesome 3D models and animations, it's just... There's a lot of meme potential there. Apparently I was testing if this pen was waterproof, and... No, it's not! Okay, here we go! This was my artistic contribution to the Owl House finale. Honestly, time skip designs, 10 out of 10. I'm still working on a video of the time skip stuff. Keep an eye out for that. Baby duck, and... This is where one of my friends showed me how to use oil paints. They drew this image and I decided to keep it because I thought it looked really cool. I was amazed by what they were able to produce in such a short amount of time, so this is basically just a doodle, but I really liked it. And I decided to put it in here. More Owl House stuff. Look, it's my favorite character, Loose from the Bird Home. I'm pretty sure I used this in one of my videos. This one too. I drew an Eastern Box Turtle. Not really a fan of this one, but it is what it is. Now there was some new Pokemon merch coming out where Sobble was wearing this awesome Hawaiian shirt and I just had to draw it. And I really like this Pikachu. I love the yellow that I used. I believe it was Buttercup yellow. And I gotta say, it suits this little girl quite well. Hey, 2010 just called. They want their realistic eye portrait that you posted on Pinterest back. Not just kidding. It's an alright drawing. I just don't know why I did it. More Toonatic crayon drawings. This was actually when I got this beanie based on Possessed Darcy from Amphibia. Wait, let me just grab it real quick. Whoop. It's this one, I got it off of Etsy. And up here is just more OC stuff. Apparently, I was in the mood to draw fish. Now, this is a straight up reference from Shitpin Moved Accounts. What a name. So I didn't come up with this, but I just couldn't resist the urge to learn from a masterpiece like this. Oh, and also Klaus from American Dad. Can't go wrong with that. Loose in the Emperor's outfit from the nightmare sequence in Watching and Dreaming. Low-key loved her in this outfit. I thought it suited her really well. Oh damn, I guess I was really going through it there. I was looking for an internship last year because that's mandatory at my university in order to get your bachelor's degree. And I applied to this one place and they were like, okay, we'll send you some raw footage and you'll just have to make a video out of it. And that's what I did. I didn't feel comfortable doing it because it was more short form content, like Instagram or TikTok Reels stuff. But I did it anyways, and then they didn't hire me. And I basically wasted like 3 days worth of work, which is really sad, but in the end, I got a great internship at a different place, and I actually learned some editing tricks from making this.
Yes! Hell yeah! Hey, come on, baby! Come on! Yes! Come on! Ah!
So I guess not all was in vain. Hey, are you tired of seeing my YouTube persona yet? This time, in what I can only assume is a low-effort Team Magma grunt cosplay. More original character drawings? Don't look at this one. This one I don't like. It's not very good. But this one, I really like this one. Yeah. Look at this one. I like this one a lot more. This is a good one. Not this one. This one. I drew one of our small tortoises. Her name is Catherine. I believe I have a video of it too. And this was the day where I got 2 shiny Esper, doing the Masuda method in X and Y. Their names are 11 and Mob, and I love them dearly. Now I started uploading videos consistently in 2023, but before that, I had already made my channel and had big dreams of making a name for myself on this platform. With all that said, I drew this image back in 2017, and I redrew it with my current YouTube avatar last year. People who watch my videos might recognize these images. I scan them in and use them as reactions in almost every video of mine. Ugly boy swag. Look, it's Flapjack. Not really, this is just a cardinal, a bird he's based on. Done with crayons, and I really like how it turned out. I like the white outline I gave it. POV, you are bred. This is when I got a cold, and I hate having a cold because I have problems sleeping when my nose is clogged. That's an accurate depiction of how I felt during that time. These are my 2 OCs. They're called Alex and Zephyr, and they are my babies. Ooh, more art based on the Owl House concept art. This is my rendition of how King was supposed to look in the show. Oh. Now here we have two literal gods of German meme culture. They are just so musically talented and I would love to make a video about them in the future. They are responsible for some of the catchiest songs to ever be written. I'd love to make a video about them someday. I just don't know if I will, because back when I did some research about the topic, there wasn't that much info. I just want the whole world to know about Rita and Raleigh. This is when I started playing Tears of the Kingdom. I guess this is my spider Sona based on a wolf spider. I forgot I even made one. And this is based on one incredibly talented, awesome person doing a She-Ra cosplay, and I just had to draw it. I drew some art of Abby from the Monster High reboot. I love her new design so much. And a Guzma for good measure. I love drawing this guy like a Muppet. Apparently I got approved for YouTube AdSense on that day. Pretty cool. I drew a sad little emo loose from Thanks to Them. And my sibling redrew them. I drew one of the baby tortoises hatching. She had poked her little head through there and was just staring at us for like a good 2 days before she decided to come out of the egg completely. I found this old ass drawing I did of Alexander Hamilton back in 2017. It's just him saying hi. And I just glued it in there. I love how I drew this hand, it looks so good. I usually struggle with hands like almost every artist does, but this one is one of my best ones for sure. And I also like how this guy turned out. Like he's got the rough sailor vibe down perfectly. But he still has a heart of gold. That's my headcanon of this guy. Apparently I drew my OC sitting down using a pose from posemaniacs.com. Cool. My sister decided to reactivate their old Tamagotchi, and both of us had ones from the mid-2000s where you could have like a whole family, if I remember correctly, and these were the 3 babies she got. She got Ahirukuchi, Sakuramochi, and Matarichi, and I love them all. A little owlbird. My grumpy tortoise Amanda being very suspicious of a strawberry. This is a character for one of my story concepts, and this was my attempt to draw Adrian Monk from Monk, but I kind of yesified him too much. Like, don't get me wrong, he's a very handsome man, but I just don't think this drawing does him a lot of justice or really looks like him. On this day, I took requests from my cousin. They asked me to draw Anya from Spy Family, Naruto, and some My Little Pony art. Jeez. I think this is Kuchipachi, if I'm not mistaken. It's one of the most recognizable Tamagotchis. I really like this art of my OC Diana. She just looks very stoic. We also got a walking Amity, waving loose, and a bunch of Nezuko's from the finale of the Swordsmith Village arc. Like, oh my gosh, that scene was just so sweet. It's a guy with a fish head. Classic. And I don't know, but this guy reminds me of someone. Maybe like Randall from Recess or something? What do you guys think? My sibling told me to draw a tripod fish, and if you look up references, like every single picture looks completely different from each other. Not a single one of these fish look like they're from the same species. And so I decided to just use the one which looked like the most fun to draw, which was this guy. We saw Ruby Gillman at the cinema. I really enjoyed this movie. Unfortunately, it seems like not a lot of people cared for it when it came out. Like, we were the only people there when we saw this movie. But I still very much enjoyed it. I have a special place in my heart for this film. And if you ever are in the mood for a nice summer vibes movie about teenage struggles, go watch Ruby Gillman. It has a really fun style and awesome animation. One of my friends asked me to draw a chocobo. And I don't really play the Final Fantasy games, but this challenge was so much fun. Because from what I could gather, chocobos look different in basically every Final Fantasy game, so I just combined my favorite parts of each of their designs, and that's the story of this guy right here. I believe this is another one of my reaction images I use in my videos. A lot of artists know this feeling. You just sit down and you have the urge to draw, but you have no idea what. That's what happens to me more often than I would like to admit. I decided to take some commissions. I posted in my story, hey guys, just send me an animal I should draw and I will draw it. And this is how this went. This person requested a hippo and a duck, so I drew them both. This person requested a T-Rex for their little cousin, so I drew this guy. Tail didn't fit on here, so I had to do this. And also a sunfish. They are so cool. I think I've seen a documentary about them last year, which inspired me to draw this. I also like these drawings. Looks like some sort of explorer. Yo, this is when I watched Nimona. What an awesome movie, man. I loved it so much. And this is my obligatory fan art for media that I have enjoyed. And also, Gleb from Smiling Friends. I love all the character designs in this show. I drew a shiny Ralts, I don't know why, probably someone who asked me to draw it. And these animal drawings were done by one of my good friends, Stinky. Now this drawing of a chicken is based off of a photo from the account Chicken Love, and I'm just extremely jealous. I wished my hair would look this good, so the only outlet I was left with was to draw it. And this is how this image was born. I went on a drawing date with one of my good friends at our favorite cafe, and I drew my shoe as a warm-up. Now this is one of my OCs, but my sibling pointed out that they look a lot like Eddie Burbank, and now I can't unsee it. So now you're cursed with his knowledge as well. And I also drew the gays. Oh, and a butt. I don't like this one. This one didn't turn out as good. But they can't all be winners. These ones I like a lot more. It's the same character. And they are a werewolf, which is why I drew them in the iconic drip of one of the most recognizable werewolves in media, David from American Werewolf. Oh, and another Glep. I went to an Asian supermarket and I got this one drink with Vegeta on it. It was okay. Animal Crossing Pocket Camp released some new items, and I just had to draw my Animal Crossing character with them. And a Dino Nuggie. There's this one doll channel on YouTube. Their name is Zombie X Corn, and they have this whole character arc with this one Frankie doll, which they redesigned and called them Morticia. And I just had to draw Morticia because they are just such an icon. And I also got my first Pokemon Sleep shiny, which was a shiny Caterpie I named Ken because I had recently watched the Barbie movie. Speaking of the Barbie movie, this is when I went to see it, and as always, I had to draw fan art of the stuff I enjoyed. Amity from Reaching Out, and a sad loose. Now this was the first day where I was finally able to touch my toes after training for like 2 months. So I had to commemorate this day with a drawing. There we go. Touch toes for the first time. Whoa. And if you're wondering, yes, that's exactly how I looked when I was finally able to do this. I went and saw the TNMT Mutant Mayhem movie with my friends. And man, it was so good. And also, may I offer you a little Lars from Steven Universe in these trying times? This is one of the 3 kids from Amy and Kip from Futurama. The 11th season, that is. I like their design, so I drew them. And I also decided to redraw one of my edgy OC art pieces from 2017 again.
You're completely insane, number 7.
Well, guess who fucking made me?
So deep. So cool. And also this graffiti I saw near my local tram station. I guess I was in the mood to draw some anatomy on this day. Now this is when I went and saw Spider-Verse with a bunch of my friends, and I can't say anything that wasn't already said about this movie. It's a masterpiece. These are some concepts for some stickers I made. The plan was to turn all of them into stickers, but as of the making of this video, I have only turned this one into an actual sticker. Well, let me show you guys. Here they are. Now I'm not selling these or anything. I just made them to hand out to my friends and stuff. But we'll see, maybe someday I'll make more of them into actual stickers. A cute little pupper. And Wade from Elemental. I guess this really is a sketchbook of sticking in your cinema admission cards and then drawing art next to them. More YouTube persona art. And I drew the boy, Steve Universe. Also, I finally finished season 2 of Inside Job. I refused to actually finish the show for a long time because I knew it hadn't been renewed and I just couldn't deal with that grief. But I finished it eventually, and yeah, I'm really upset. Why did they cancel it? Okay. Now the end of a sketchbook is always where I'm just trying to fill up the pages to start a new one. I drew this very sexy candle of mine. Well, let me show you. It's this one right here. And I drew a puffin, which didn't go over well apparently. Ooh, somebody was watching Baki at that time. As you can see, I was clearly very much into Baki during that time. This guy looks like Baki's dad, Yujiro Hanma. And here's where I learned this cool trick how to construct clouds in your drawings by the Farrington brothers. I got Cult of the Lamb during that time, and I played it basically every day during summer last year. It really became a hyperfixation of mine, but what can I say, it really is that good. I also drew the werewolf from American Werewolf in Paris, one of my guilty pleasure movies, and it's a concept drawing from one of my werewolf stories. Look, be careful, there's a werewolf behind you. And then she turns around and she sees it and she's like, fuck. And that's it. At the end of a sketchbook, I usually draw a self-portrait. And this drawing is always influenced by what was going on during that time, be it media or personal stuff. So this one is, I got really into making YouTube videos, so I drew my little YouTube personas devil horns. And also, as you might have seen, the reflections in my eyes are triangle shaped. And the whole reflections having cool shapes is a thing I was inspired by after watching Nimona. Lastly, I always write down every show and movie I've watched during the time I had this sketchbook, and here they are. Which ones of these did you watch? Let me know. Boom. And that's it for this sketchbook. Let me know what you think of this style of video, if you want to see another one of this, or if you're just here for my essay type videos. Anyway, I'm really glad you made it this far, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!